No, dirty jokes. See, I'm going through this all, and I'm like, no. Oh, somebody gave me German parenting advice the other night. I'm not a parent, but they said this is what you should do if you have kids. Dip the nipple in beer, then go get a bottle for your baby. Stupid. Okay, that's it. Those are all dirty jokes. Do you want to ask me other questions about the show? We shot for 8 years in this hospital in North Hollywood. It used to be a real hospital, and then the people who owned the hospital realized they couldn't make any money being in a hospital, so they just started saying, no, the hospital's closed, now it's a set. And people would rent it out to shoot stuff. So at the end of every season, you do TV shows 1 year at a time. And at the end of the year, you don't know if the show is going to come back for another year. So at the end of every season, so like say for example, at the end of the first year, they'd put a big sign on the side of the hospital, and it would say for lease, because they figured we were done, they're going to cancel us. And then once we got picked up, we never knew if we were going to get picked up until we saw the for lease sign come down. And they're like, oh good, another season. And every year it went that way for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. They never knew if we were going to, go more than another season. Then at the end of season 8, I don't know, did you see season 9 yet? Yes. The last one? Season 8 was the end of Scrubs. That was really the end of the show. But somebody, somewhere, is making so much money off this TV show that they're like, we need a spin-off. We need Scrubs The Next Generation. So they tried to take a couple of people and put them in a totally new hospital. And not only did they just get rid of get a new cast, but all the writers who used to work on season 1 to 8, all gone. Also all new writers, a whole new set, a whole new cast, and even the people who run the camera and everything was new, and it just didn't work. So I'm sorry about season 9. What are you gonna do? So this is my first time in Germany. It's been very nice. You guys, you like to drink. A lot. Every time when I got off, what are you laughing at? You're allowed to laugh. When I got off the plane and my driver picked me up, it turns out my driver, it was his girlfriend. Because he doesn't have a car. But he was very, Jan, are you here? Jan. Okay, good, I can talk about it. Jan's like, okay, we go, let's go, we party. It was 11 in the morning. We get the girls. I'm like, what girls? I was on a plane for 12 hours, I want to sleep. But then we went out one night. You people like to stay out late at night, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning?
Weekend.
Only on the weekends. Not during the week though, right?
Not me.
Not you. Why? Because you have to work, right?
Yep.
This is Germany. You're supporting the entire European country, all the countries, right? How do you guys feel about that? Pissed off? Yeah. Those Greek people, they don't work at all, right? Any other questions you want to ask me about Scrubs? Yes, sir.
Have you any future projects?
Yes. This past year I made 3 new films. 1 already came and went because it was no good. And then I did a French film called, a French production. It's called Hollywood. And it's about a French dubbing voiceover actress. So she dubs the voice of a famous American actress. The famous American actress quits her job, so the French dubber is out of work, so she comes to the United States to convince her to take her job back. So she has a job. Anyway, it's called Hollywood. It's a French film. It will come out in November with Florence Foresti, who's apparently famous in France. I don't know. And maybe that movie will be released in Germany as well. It's called Hollywood. And then, have you ever seen, that's the one movie. And have you ever seen the Jackass movies?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know the big fat guy? Preston Lacey and I play brothers in a movie called A Holiday Heist. I know, we look so much alike, right? But we play like Dumb and Dumber type brothers. And it's fun, and he's a very nice guy. And that movie will come out in December. And it's like a holiday movie. It's a holiday heist, it's called. And we play 2 Dumb and Dumber type characters. So those are the 2 movies I have to look forward to coming out. 1 in November and 1 in December. Can't do the Todd forever. It's probably pretty much over. I think a lot of people were surprised, like when you didn't even see my doc tattoo. You're like, what the? What? What? Where is it? But it was fake. It was a stamp. They color ink, and then they just painted in with a magic marker, and then they put a little like base powder to make it look old, to age it, so it doesn't look so fresh. Should I talk more? I'll tell you stories that people, because I know that people ask me just basic stuff, not necessarily funny. I was the high five guy on the show. And then at the end of the first season, I had to do a high five to JD and Turk, but they were far away. I couldn't reach them. They were across. It was like a Vera Wang joke. It was a Wang joke. And I said, Air 5. And I walked away. And they're like, oh, we like that. You gave it a name. So then that's how the naming of the fives came. We just made it up. And then every season for the writers, it became like a new thing. Like, what kind of five could we give him? If I'm in the OR operating and I can't high five someone, so we did sterile high five. Or like a lot of times in TV shows, there's always that scene that you see in every show over and over again. Like there's a patient dying, and there's just one guy like, I'm not giving up. And everybody around him like, he's dead. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. So one episode we did one where I was like, I'm that guy. I'm not giving up. Prop his hand up. Prop his hand up. And I high-fived him. The miracle five. Came back to life. So those are some of my funny moments. Do you remember the kung fu fighting sequence in one episode? Yeah. That was supposed to be, it was like one line in the script. It was supposed to be like, Turk and Todd fight off ninjas to get the, to kiss the butt of the surgeon. And it turned into like a 3-minute opening montage of one of the episodes. And we had gone to an Emmys, it's an award show the night before, Sunday night, and then we shot that Monday morning at 6 in the morning. And if you look closely, if you ever look at that scene, Turk and I, we were both sweating because we had so much booze the night before, and it was like 100 degrees, and we were just like, yeah, this is so gross. Anyway, I made that scene very hungover. It's a funny story for you. High fives. My favorite moment was the Miracle Five. The Kung Fu was my favorite. The cast is all very nice. Everybody got along very well. Everybody was very happy to be part of a show that was so well written and that was so well embraced. The show seems to have taken on a life of its own in Europe, England, in the UK, Germany, Italy. People around the world seem to love the show more than other shows. I don't know why. I don't know what the humor seems to translate. So thank you very much. I'm glad you love the show, and I'm glad you guys all came out here today. I really appreciate it. Were you surprised that I came here?
Yep.
You didn't believe it?
Nope.
You believe it now?
Yeah.
You can tell all your friends? Or not? I don't know. I have a Twitter account, Robert Maschio, @Robert Maschio, and there's a Todd fan page on Facebook. And you can follow me, and I always do up-to-date updates on what I'm doing with my life. If you're interested, come by and take a look. Does anybody have any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to go back and ask, what's up?
I heard about John C. McGinley is a really weird guy. How is he?
John C. McGinley in person?
I'm a big fan of his.
If you could turn your video cameras off right now while I answer. So, Zach used to always tease me like, oh, Rob, he's the most like his character in real life. Yeah, sometimes, not always. But John C. McGinley, he plays a slightly nicer version of himself than in real life. You need to translate what that means? No. Yeah. He's a very nice guy. He's very hardworking. And when the show Scrubs started, he was a little bit, he's a little older than the other actors. And I always said that he was like the MVP of the show because he would always come to work so prepared and like really show everybody else how hard you could work at your part to do a good job. And he kind of set the tone, especially in the first season. And then everybody picked up on that. It's always good to have somebody a little older, a little more experienced, a de facto mentor. So he's a great guy, actually. Yeah. We go surfing sometimes. He's very good at it. Yes?
What kind of movies or TV shows do you like?
Erotica. No, I don't. I watch mostly the comedies. So I don't know if you get a show here called Curb Your Enthusiasm, Modern Family. I like all The Office. In the United States, there's The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. I like most of the comedies. I'm just thinking about the Sunday shows. Yeah, I like most of the comedies, believe it or not. There's few and far between, but I like the ones, old shows maybe that you used to see. Nip Tuck, The Shield, those are dramas I used to like too. Yeah, that's pretty much some of the things I like. Anything else? Thank you guys for coming today. You have a question, go ahead. I'm trying to get at it. No, I'm not. I have nowhere to be. I'm going to be here till 6 o'clock.
Who's your favorite Scrubs actor?
God, I liked all of them so much, quite honestly. I love Ted the lawyer, Sam Lloyd, and he has an a cappella band called The Blanks. They're coming to this town next week, I believe.
I got a ticket.
Yeah, it's a Merck Hall, or what is it?
Meyer Music Hall.
Meyer Music Hall, and they have a show. These guys have been friends since college. They've played and performed together for like 20 years. So Sam and I are old friends. We play basketball together. He's one of my favorites. But I love everybody. Like Donald and I, who played Turk, he and I are good friends. We play basketball in a league together, and he's always fun to work with. Sarah Chalk, the blonde, Elliot. I confessed my love to her many times. She said no thank you. Thank you, but no thank you. So those are my three, I would say. Yes, sir.
If you could do a movie of your choice with the director of your choice, which film would you make?
If me as my career as an actor, any kind of movie? Oh, that's a hard question. That means basically I would want to work with the best filmmaker that there is right now. Who is that? For me, I don't know like German filmmakers, although I did take a German film appreciation class in college. That's somebody calling me. I like Martin Scorsese in the United States, Woody Allen, Todd Phillips, the guy who did The Hangover. Maybe Todd Phillips is the most. Todd Phillips right now, I would say, because he's right on the he made Old School and The Hangover. So maybe I would like to work with the best comedic director with the best comedic script. So I would say Todd Phillips. That's a good answer. You guys are making me think. Okay, I'm hanging out here till like 6 o'clock to sign autographs. If you took pictures, hopefully they'll be ready before you go. I don't know what else to say, but other than genuinely, as excited as you are to see me, if you are, I'm very excited to be here and meet each and every one of you, and thank you very much for coming today.